Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. December 17th. A priceless reward. Work with other alcoholics. It works when other activities fail. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 89. Life will take on a new meaning, as the big book says, page 89. This promise has helped me to avoid self-seeking and self-pity. To watch others grow in this wonderful program, to see them improve the quality of their lives, is a priceless reward for my effort to help others. Self-examination is yet another reward for an ongoing recovery, as our serenity, peace, and contentment. The energy derived from seeing others on a successful path, of sharing with them the joys of the journey, gives to my life a new meaning. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, December 17th. Again and again in Al-Anon, meetings over the years, I heard the suggestion to pray for those I resented. My early attempts to follow this suggestion did me little good. Over time, however, it has become one of the most effective tools of my recovery. What made the difference? I stopped praying for other people to change. It used to be, please God, let them stop hurting me, or show them that I'm right, or get them sober and hurry. Today I focus on what I can change. Instead, I ask for a new way of thinking about the situation. I keep in mind whatever is bothering me when I say the Serenity Prayer. What is it that I need to accept or change? I pray for the wisdom to know the difference and the serenity and courage to follow through with what I learn. Finally, I pray that the person in question be given the serenity, love, and joy that I want for myself. We all deserve that. Today's reminder: resentments mark the places where I see myself as a victim. I want to let them go because they cost me too much self-esteem. I will love myself enough to release myself from the closet in which resentments keep me locked. There is a quote from How Can I Help My Children? And it reads, if we want to stop the vicious cycle of unhappiness, we must learn new ways of living, new ways of relating to each other. Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, December 17th. Service Motives. Everything that occurs in the course of NA service must be motivated by the desire to more successfully carry the message of recovery to the addict who still suffers. Basic text page XXVI. Our motives are often a surprise to us. In our early days of recovery, they were almost always a surprise. We've learned to check our motives through prayer, meditation, the steps, and talking to our sponsor or other addicts. When we find ourselves with an especially strong urge to do or have something, it's particularly important to check our motives to find out what we really want. In early recovery, many of us throw ourselves into service with great fervor before we have started the regular practice of motive checking. It takes a while before we become aware of the real reasons for our zeal. We may want to impress others, show off our talents, or be recognized and important. Now these desires may not be harmful in another setting, expressed through another outlet. In NA service, however, they can do serious damage. When we decide to serve NA, we make a decision to help addicts find and maintain recovery. We have to carefully check our motives in service, remembering that it's much easier to frighten away addicts than to convince them to stay. When we show them game playing, manipulation, or pomposity, we present an unattractive picture of recovery. However, the unselfish desire to serve others creates an atmosphere that is attractive to the addict who still suffers. Just for today, I will check my motives for the true spirit of service. Today, Emotions Anonymous, December 17th. Reflection for today. How I expend my time and energy during the day determines how I am going to feel about myself at bedtime. If I have used my time and energy in constructive and creative ways, I feel good about myself. If I have wasted the day in procrastination and negativism, I do not care very much for myself. When I am indecisive, I tend to procrastinate. If I have spent the day worrying about the past or the future, I have wasted energy, which leaves me physically but not mentally tired. I can choose early in the morning how I am going to feel late in the evening. Meditation for today. God, help me to do first things first. Today I will remember, when one thing gets done, it is easier to do the second and the third and more. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. December 17th. Expressing feelings. As we move out of emotional isolation, we regain the ability to recognize and express all of our feelings. BRB page 361. As children, many of us were not allowed to show our feelings, so we stuffed them and pretended not to have them for fear of being ridiculed or punished. Is it any wonder that we carried this over to adulthood, where we continued to stuff our feelings and convince ourselves that they didn't matter? Or perhaps we chose the route of medicating our feelings with addictions or obsessions until we didn't have to experience them. We come into ACA as adult children with an armful of triggers. These triggers can turn what should be a mild reaction into rage, not because of the situation, but because what is said or done awakens our stuffed feelings. These denied feelings interfere with relationships, as we leave in our wake people who can't figure out why we respond the way we do. ACA reaches into these hidden areas and brings our childhood feelings into the light of day, where they eventually lose their power over us. The affirmation reads, "On this day I will continue to trust and appreciate that ACA is a safe place for me to recognize and express my feelings." Please like, share, subscribe, and remember that recovery is absolutely possible, one day at a time.